Paul, it is fantastic to be here. Thank you for that very nice introduction. You know, as a candidate for governor, I get to go up and down the state of California giving lots of speeches. Also, as insurance commissioner, I get to give lots of speeches. Sometimes the introduction just doesn't go very well. At a high school like this one, not so long ago, in a gymnasium like this, the student stands up to introduce me. She has this incredibly bored look on her face. Her introduction to me was short and sweet. She said, "This is Mr. Poizner. He's been an engineering geek in Silicon Valley for 20 years. And now he's into insurance." She sat down, that was the whole introduction. When I got home that evening, I had to ask my 18-year-old daughter, Rebecca, "Why did you introduce me that way?" Sad but true. I live with my 18-year-old daughter, Rebecca, and Carol, my wife, in Los Gatos, which is about 3 hours from here, in Silicon Valley, in the San Francisco Bay Area. So, first of all, let me just say it's great to be in a room full of people who are conservatives. Any conservatives here? It can be pretty lonely in the San Francisco Bay Area if you're a conservative like I am, like you are. In fact, it can be outright hostile. I was knocking on doors one day in Palo Alto. You know where Palo Alto is? The liberal capital of Silicon Valley, right next to Stanford. So I was knocking on doors, talking about my campaign. The door opens. There's a 12-year-old girl standing there. Well, so I decided, okay, I'll go ahead and give her a short version of my stump speech. Maybe she'll pass it on to her parents. So I launch into it. By the fifth word, I can tell she recognizes me. And she has this disgusted look on her face. By the fifth word, she puts out her hand, stops me cold, then starts to point at me. She says, "I know who you are. You're Steve Poizner, the capitalist." It was a bit like meeting Barbara Boxer as a child. Ladies and gentlemen, guilty as charged. I believe in the free market system down to my bones, and that's one of the key reasons why I am running for governor. This state, we are getting steamrolled in this 21st century global economy. I'm running for governor because we need to overhaul our tax and our regulatory system, or we're not going to survive in this 21st century economy. Just look at the data. In 1999, California was the 6th largest economy in the whole world. Amazing. By 2003, we had fallen to 7th. Last year, 8th, and declining. We are losing market share in the global economy at a rapid clip. No wonder our unemployment rate now is 12.6%. Of course, you know the unemployment rate is higher than that. That's the official unemployment rate. If you add in all the people who just quit looking for jobs, plus if you add in all the people that have part-time jobs instead of full-time jobs that they need to make ends meet for their families, well, that number is much higher. That's closer to 20%. There are 4 million Californians that are either unemployed or underemployed, and ladies and gentlemen, that is depression level misery going on in California right now. Now, where are all the jobs going? It was actually a rhetorical question, but thank you very much. Well, you're all right. All those places, the jobs are going everywhere. Let me talk about this evening one particular destination where a lot of jobs are going. The not-so-friendly neighboring state of Nevada. Anybody here from Nevada? Good. Let's talk about Nevada for a second. Nevada, the governor appointed a SWAT team. That SWAT team has one mission, reports directly to the governor of Nevada. That SWAT team's mission is to come here to California to recruit people like you all. Our best people to move from California to Nevada. And lo and behold, people are leaving. They take out these full-page ads in California publications. Maybe you've seen it. The ad has a simple message. It says, if you do business in California, you're nuts. Come to Nevada where there's no corporate income tax, 0. Where there's no personal income tax, 0. Where the workers' compensation insurance rates are 30% less than here in California, and the electricity stays on. People are leaving. The U.S. Census Bureau, they're the scorekeepers here. They count the people as they leave. And I was shocked by the most current information, 3,000. 3,000 a week. 3,000 Californians pick up and leave the state of California now each and every week. We have lost over 1 million people in the last 5 years alone. Now, our population continues to grow in total due to illegal immigration and birth rates. So this is the worst of all worlds, right? We have consumers of government services coming in. We have taxpayers leaving. Now, no wonder we can't balance the budget. I have a plan. My plan is bold, it's comprehensive, it's sweeping. Half measures won't do here, not to fix California. My plan includes 3 major parts to it. Let me quickly summarize it, and I'll be happy to take your questions. Now, number 1, first part of my reform agenda to fix California is to cut taxes across the board for everybody in the state of California. You know all the taxes we pay. The wine taxes, the beer taxes, the cell phone taxes, the car taxes, the excise taxes, the sales taxes. We have over 900 different taxes and fees. If you add it all up, we have a per capita tax burden 50% higher than the western states. No wonder people are leaving. My proposal, cut sales taxes by 10%, cut personal income taxes, every bracket by 10%, cut corporate taxes by 10%, and cut capital gains taxes by 50%. Now that'll bring jobs back to the state of California. Of course, some people do ask me, well, how can we afford to cut taxes in the middle of this deep recession? The answer, we can't afford not to. See, lower tax rates will create more jobs. Larger tax base, even though the tax rates are lower, tax revenues will go up, not down after we cut the tax rates. That's number 1. The second part of my reform agenda is to solve the problem with this water crisis once and for all. There's rationing going on now due to this water crisis in some areas. In the Central Valley, all parts of the Central Valley are being devastated by this water crisis. There's at least $1 billion of crops that have died on the vine. There's 30,000 farm workers that have lost their jobs due to this water crisis. The reason why it's a priority for me as governor, because this water crisis, ladies and gentlemen, is man-made. There's one unelected federal judge that's taken over the water supply in the state of California. I think that is wrong. I think that is illegal. And as governor, I'm going to sue this federal judge. I'm going to take this case all the way up to the U.S. Supreme Court if we have to. This sign back here talks about the 5th and 14th Amendments. Well, there's also the 10th Amendment to the Constitution that's one of the most important. And that's the States' Rights Amendment. And that amendment is crystal clear. We should be able to control our own natural resources. And as governor, I'm going to turn those pumps back on to solve this water crisis. And number 3, you won't hear too many people running for office talking about this, but I will. I want to be a truth teller in this campaign. As governor, I'm going to stop the flow of illegal immigrants coming into California. The fact is, illegal immigration is really hurting the state of California. We spend billions and billions of dollars on taxpayer-funded benefits for people that have come here illegally. We can't afford this any longer. We have to stop the flow of illegals into the state. Now, legal immigration, that's a good thing. Illegal immigration has to stop. As governor, I'm going to do 4 things. And we're going to stop illegal immigration. And I'm going to have the guts and the determination to get this reform package completed. Number 1, I'm going to stop all taxpayer-funded benefits for people who come here illegally. Number 2, we're going to turn the jobs magnet off by enforcing the rules with employers. If you hire people that are here illegally, that are here illegally, when I'm governor, I'm going to revoke your business license. And then there's sanctuary cities, like San Francisco, that shield criminal illegal immigrants from federal law enforcement authorities. That is wrong. As governor, I'll crack down on sanctuary cities. I'll cut off their money if I have to. We're going to stop sanctuary cities from shielding criminals. Finally, we have to do a better job of securing our borders. As Governor